Jennifer Roque here with Stamp Camp with Jen. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator down in beautiful Summerfield, Florida. Today I'm going to show you how to make this adorable little treat box for Easter. It's got a little belly band on here and you slide it off. It's got a little Easter greeting and holds Starburst jelly beans. About a little 2-ounce bag you can get at Target for $1. It's super, super cute. I'm going to zoom out a little bit here so you can see a little better. So, alright, so let's get started. I'll show you how to make this. It's really easy, really quick. Alright, so first we're going to start out here. I went ahead and, here, let me adjust this so you can see a little better. I went ahead and cut down, this is 8.5 by 5 1/4. On each side, you're going to score at the 3/4 inch mark. And then you're going to turn it on the landscape position here, and you're going to score at, 1.5, 2 1/4, down here to 5, and then 5 3/4. And then you're going to fold and burnish with your bone folder on each score line. I went ahead and did that already, so you don't have to watch a 20-minute long video. This shouldn't be that long. This piece here is actually a 1-inch strip that I cut off of when you have the 8.5 by 11 inch piece. This is 1 inch off of the 8.5 by 11 inch piece before I cut it down to 5 1/4 by 8.5. So this is what we're going to use for the belly band. Okay, so now that we've gone ahead and done that, I will go ahead and show you how to cut this down. So you're going to cut all of these little score lines just until it meets the horizontal score line here. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Okay, and flip it and do it on the other side. Here. Alrighty, last one. Okay, so now looking at this piece, this is the shorter end at the very top. This is where in the other box the little message is going to go. So these little tabs we actually need to make a little bit smaller. So what we're going to do with these is we're going to cut them about in half. Just cut them off here. Actually, while we're at it, we're going to cut these little flaps off too. So let's go ahead and cut those off. It'll make it a little bit easier here. Okay, there's one. And here's the one. Okay. So now for these little pieces, we need to just kind of angle them a little bit, and this will make it easier when you go to close the box. If we left them longer, it just wouldn't close very well. It'd be really clunky and they would keep getting caught on the box, and you'll see when we finish how it kind of slides in a lot better when you angle the tabs too. Okay, so this is what we have now. This is the box base that we're gonna make. So now you're gonna take your liquid glue, and to make the box piece here, we're going to fold these little tabs, and this is how I like to do it. You fold these little tabs in here on both sides, liquid glue, and then fold so that these tabs are on the inside, and kind of make your box so the tabs are right there. I like to use the liquid glue because it kind of gives you a second to wiggle it around in case it's not exactly perfect before it sets up. Okay, so now we have that piece, and we're going to fold that over and use these outside tabs, and we're going to glue those on as well. So more liquid glue, again, just to give us that little bit of time, which is important. Never know. Okay, so see here, we can kind of mess with it for just a second, rub it down, make sure it's good. Come here on the other side, do the same thing, and here we are, and that's your box base. Okay, and actually what you should do, which I didn't do first, is you should put these pieces on first. It might make it a little bit easier, but you can, honestly, you can do it either way. You can do it now and do it on, and that's how I'm going to do it. But some people like to do it before they assemble their box. It might be a little bit easier. So I'm going to take our snail adhesive here, Just 3 little strips in the middle, kind of line it up. I like to line it up from the top first, and then kind of look at my side. There we go. See, it works this way too. It's flatter if you do it against the flat surface. It's a little bit easier sometimes, like when we do this piece. It's not too difficult, but it's just a little bit easier when you have it against a flat surface. So I would say don't do what I did as far as that goes, and just try to adhere these on before you make your box. But you can do it this way as well if you forget like I did. See? Cute. And then, so I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you. So these are the DSP, the Pizzazz Punch DSP. This piece is 3 5/8 across by 2 5/8. And then this piece is 3 5/8 by 1 3/8. And I'll have all the sizes in the bottom where the YouTube video is, and the explanation on the bottom. And then this is a piece of the Whisper White. This is also 3 5/8 by 1 3/8. And I took the sentiment from the Welcome Easter set, which is what we're using today. We're going to use this little chick here, and the Have a Wonderful Easter I stamped in Memento ink. And I just went ahead and did that here. And then we're going to use our snail again for this little guy. And we'll go ahead and put him, again, start at the top to make sure it's even. That's how I like to do it there. Good. And now you have your little message that you can put in here. You can put a little greeting or put to and from, however you want to do it. Okay, so that's the basic box. So now to make the belly band with the chick, I'm going to show you how to do that real quick. So what I used, I have the Daffodil Delight and the Pumpkin Pie blends. I love these blends. I can't say enough about these blends. I use them all the time, and I really think they're great. So what I did, I went ahead and colored the darker color here, just so you can see. You want to put a little bit of dark on the feet, the beak, and his little, I'm not sure what that thing is called, the thing on his head. And then the darker Daffodil Delight, mostly all the way around, just to get some shadowing and some extra color. And then you're going to go, I use the fine tip end for this just because he's a little bit smaller. And you want to make sure to go around it in the lighter colors and go over the darker colors with the lighter colors, and that will pull the alcohol from the darker ink and blend it together really nicely. And when you're done, you'll end up with this little guy. But I just went ahead and colored him. I don't think you guys want to sit here for 5 minutes watching me color. I think you can kind of figure it out, but if not, if you want to see a coloring video later, let me know in a comment below, and I can always go ahead and do that for you. Okay, and so what we use to cut him out here are these layering circle dies. I love these things too. They're so great. They have plain circles and scallop circles that coordinate with it. So what I used were the circles. This one is, if you're looking at the package here, it's the second biggest one on the left, but it's 2 1/4 is what it measures out to. And then the scallop that coordinates with it, that I cut out in Daffodil Delight cardstock already. This one is, if you're looking at the package on the bottom right, the second biggest one. But again, it's 2 1/4 inches if you're measuring. Okay. And so to assemble, again, snail adhesive, just a couple little pieces on the bottom. And we're just going to line it up real close. See? Perfect. And I love that little border and that little extra detail that it gives. So we're going to kind of set him aside while we work on our belly band. So remember, this strip is 1 inch wide by 11 inches long. The easiest way to make a belly band is to kind of line it up around the box, and then you're going to put it down, and you're going to just kind of gently, you're making lines basically. You don't want to score these. You don't want to burnish it with your bone folder and make it real tight. That's not really the point here. The point here is just to get the basic measurements. and to make it fit with your box. So that's the easiest way to do it, I think. And then you're going to take some liquid glue again. Love that liquid glue. And then we are just going to, oops, sorry, you can't see that. Kind of give it a second here, and then you can test it to make sure while it's still drying. See, you want to make sure that it's the exact size that you want it to be. Okay, so there you go. There's your belly band. Super easy, right? So now what I like to do is to put the little chick on, I just grab a couple of dimensionals. I just use 2 and put the dimensionals on the back here. Don't have to be perfect, just kind of in the center so that they'll stick to that belly band. And if your cut piece is a little more over to the side and you want to just cover it up, that's actually what I did with the original one I had. It was more in the center, so I could kind of cover it up so there was no cuts on the outside, but that's not really a huge deal. So like this one, the cut is a little more towards the outside, so I'm just going to use the other side. I don't think it really matters that much. And then we're going to put our little chick, well, should help to center it, wouldn't it? Center him there. And then we're going to take our jelly beans. Like I said, I'll put the link on the link below for this one too. These were $1 at my local Target. They're a little 2-ounce package. I think these would be perfect for a little Easter egg hunt event, or just to give, I'm going to give this to my son actually for Easter. He's starting to get to that age where he doesn't really need a lot, and I mean, most kids don't, I think. My son, I know, is very spoiled, but just to give him some little treat like this, I think will really make his day. So, and that's it. That's all there is to it. It was really easy, really fast. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I plan to make a lot more cute little videos like this. And if you like it, I hope you'll comment, and I hope you'll subscribe to my channel. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. All right, well, thanks for joining me today. I really hope you enjoyed this little box. It was super fun to make, and I really enjoyed sharing it with you. Excuse me. And I hope you have a great day, and I hope you join me again soon. Bye.